Bulletins provide a method to temporarily announce important information to your callers. Events such as service outages, office closures, and special promotions are all examples of when bulletins can be useful. One of the major benefits of this feature is the ability to safeguard your contact center service levels during an incident or emergency by deflecting excessive calls. For example, if there is an outage that has caused massive call volume, activating a bulletin with a recording stating, "The outage is a known issue," may alleviate the customer's concerns since they now know it's not just them with the outage and this issue is being worked on. It's important to remember that bulletin functionality must be built into your contact center IVR by your onboarding agent or by intermediate support. On this page, you will see a list of all bulletins. Generally, 10 bulletins are set up on account creation, but more can be created during onboarding. The code on each row corresponds to the code you will enter if using the recording studio to call in and create the recording. Description is for admins to know what the bulletin is for. Status shows if the bulletin is currently active or not. Options allows you to configure several different things, and this is where you will activate your bulletin by selecting where it should play. The General Settings page lets you configure what happens after the bulletin is played. You can perform no additional action, which means the bulletin will play and the normal call flow will resume. Force caller to leave a voicemail disrupts the regular call flow and sends all callers to voicemail after listening to the bulletin. It is not generally recommended to use force to voicemail in an emergency scenario, as it can make workload unmanageable. Terminate the call plays the bulletin, then automatically ends the call. Transfer the call allows the bulletin to play and then sends the call to a number that is input here. The IVRs page allows you to activate the bulletin in all IVRs, along with deactivating it in all IVRs when you no longer want the bulletin to play. If you wish to have only certain IVRs to play the bulletin, then check the box next to each IVR name and then click the Update button to save. If you have IVR groups created, then you can also select the group name and click the Update button to activate the bulletin for that IVR group. Similar to the IVRs page, the queues page simply lets you enable or disable the bulletin for all queues or select specific queues and queue groups to enable it for. Edit audio is the last option to cover for bulletins. Once clicked, you'll be sent to the prompt file selection, which can also be found separately from bulletins by going to Configure, General, and Prompt Files. This section is for uploading and assigning recordings to any IVR or bulletin. Since we are currently learning about bulletins, we'll choose bulletins from the IVR dropdown. The prompts will then pre-populate. From here, you can listen to, create a new version, restore a version, and edit bulletins. Listen will download the WAV file for you to listen to on your computer. Create new version is the link you will use to add your audio to the bulletin. Clicking it will open a dialog box. From here, click the Browse button and find the WAV file you wish to upload, then click Open. Anything uploaded will overwrite the previous audio file on the prompt selected. In the comments section, type any relevant description, which is optional, and then click OK. The new bulletin will replace the previously saved bulletin. Restore version will revert the bulletin back to a previous version of the prompt file. Clicking this option opens a dialog box which will display all previous versions and the creation date. Click the Listen link next to a version to download and listen to that version's audio. You should then select a version, type any relevant comment you wish, and then click OK. Edit opens a dialog box that lets you update the description for the bulletin.